B2B Cambodia, the portal for business use in Cambodia.
So of course, now regarding the recent announcement of CIM and Tanncam's strategic collaboration with OBOR, what made you decide to make this transaction?
I am a great believer in the capital markets. Right now, our economy, in terms of businesses seeking capital or those that wish to invest or place capital, is generally dominated by the banking system, which is not a bad thing. It's just that capital markets help diversify economies. It's historically proven that economies that have diversified by solely away from banking systems perform better overall. So I'm very encouraged by the government's recent efforts to develop the capital markets. We want to be part of that. I think we want to be play a pivotal role in helping the capital markets develop here. Capital markets are very important for economies for many reasons, but one, businesses that are seeking capital right now pretty much have limitations of having to go to a bank to borrow money or seeking private investment. Capital markets will provide alternatives to banks or private equity, and that will give the businesses the ability to grow and expand. There's a lot of companies here that need to raise capital, and the capital markets or private equity and venture capital is not really supporting that right now in a very dynamic way. So we hope to not only help with having investments in the capital markets, but also to help companies with private equity and early stages to raise money, which is what I think we're doing already. Both OBOR and ourselves have helped. I mean, one of the transactions interesting is Backyard Cafe here that we were sitting as we act as an arranger to find a buyer for somebody who wanted to sell a part of their business. Right now, we see a lot of FDI in Cambodia. That's a primary source of foreign investment. The capital markets are also an avenue for foreign investors to invest in the country, whether it's through buying bonds or particularly for government debt. If the government needs to raise money, they issue sovereign bonds. They could look for international investors to invest in these bonds, and also for the equity markets, who would be seeking capital as well. And another mechanism for foreign investors to invest in companies in Cambodia is through the equity markets. So it's a very important role of the capital markets. And we really want to support and contribute to the country in helping the development of capital markets.
For my last question then, what are the future opportunities that you foresee with OBOR in terms of maybe the new products and services that you hope to bring to Cambodia?
There are many roles that we intend to play. One is we hope to find capital seekers. That's companies that are developing here, whether they're small companies or large companies that require capital to grow and expand. We wish to help them find the investors that they need. We also like to help them. I think that to some extent already OBOR has been doing a great job of helping them develop entrepreneurs, founders that generally are starting companies, have certain skills, but maybe financing, corporate governance, financial disciplines are not strong points of some of these companies, especially if you have a tech company that more focused on developing tech platforms, but don't really understand what they need to do to raise funds and how to get to the next step of getting investment. This is something we can provide a platform for as well. We have a fund management license, which is very key, which means we'll be able to, with government approval, issue funds, and that's another mechanism for getting investment into the country through international investors or domestic investors, having alternatives to bank deposits or gold or real estate. Right now, the asset classes that are available in the market are very limited. I don't think the typical Cambodian understands equity markets. So we have a task also to educate the market. What are equities? What are bonds, and the risks and the benefits and opportunities of investing? So there's another role to play in terms of education. And I think we'll see a development of the pension fund market looking to have professional investment as companies and the government and I guess the NSSF to an extent, as more money comes into saving in pension funds, and also, of course, collective investment schemes, which we hope to issue as well, that you need professional management around that. And even insurance companies right now, they need to allocate funds into the market, whether it's right now primarily it's banks, but even managing that kind of risk with different banks with different rates and different maturities, professional management around that could help. There's a load of opportunities for us. And I think finally, just helping companies with corporate governance, accounting, preparing themselves for more and more regulation around the government's request to be tax compliant, to be accounting compliant as well, that we could add a lot of value in helping companies get up to a certain standard. I think the easy days of not having to have such strong corporate governance are beginning to fade away, and companies need to be compliant.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Mr. Galliano. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much.